giant pandas that had been on loan to the United States have returned home to China. Bei Yun, a 27-year-old female giant panda, and her son, 6-year-old Xiaowu, arrived in their ancestral homeland of Sichuan province in southwest China yesterday after a long-term conservation agreement ended, according to Xinhua News. Their departure comes amid escalating tensions between Washington and Beijing over trade and national security. But the zoo in San Diego has said that the return of the pandas has nothing to do with the trade war between the two nations. The departure of the pandas marked the first time in more than 20 years that the San Diego Zoo will be without pandas. It marked the end of a 23-year-long conservation project between the zoo and Chinese authorities to jointly protect and research on giant pandas. China usually loans out their pandas for a period of 10 years and the lease may be extended. The cost for a zoo to rent a pair of pandas from China is about $1 million a year, according to previous reports. Officials at the San Diego Zoo told media in March that the return of the pandas was not prompted by any sudden request from the Chinese government. San Diego Zoo is one of 4 zoos in the United States that have participated in the panda loaning program. There are still pandas at Smithsonian's National Zoo in Washington, D.C., Zoo Atlanta and the Memphis Zoo. Bei Yun arrived at the San Diego Zoo in 1996 as a tiny cub and soon became a star attraction of the park, one of very few in the U.S. to have giant pandas. Erica Kohler, director of operations of the zoo, said Bei Yun and Xiaowu attracted about 2 million visitors to the center each year. Bei Yun, which means white clouds in Chinese, has given birth to 6 cubs at the zoo during her 23-year stay. Xiaowu, which means little gift, was her last baby and born in 2012. Xiaowu's father, Gao Gao, returned to China last year. Last month, the San Diego Zoo held a 3-week farewell event for the giant pandas, with more than 1,000 Americans lining up to say goodbye to the adorable pair. Video footage released by China News shows the pandas being transported in a large lorry to the Dujiangyang base of the China Conservation and Research Center for Giant Pandas. A large group of excited volunteers and workers were seen welcoming the animals with a banner that reads "Welcome Giant Pandas Bei Yun and Xiaowu back home." Bei Yun and Xiaowu seem to be settling in well in their home, and caretakers said they are in good health following checkups. They will be under quarantine for a month to help them adapt to the conditions in China, said Zhou Wenyuan, a spokesman for the Dujiangyang Center. The center's veterinarian Ding Linhua added that the pandas enclosure will also be thoroughly disinfected every day and caretakers will conduct health checks to make sure they are not carrying any diseases. Although we are sad to see these pandas go, we have great hopes for the future.